Hi, everybody. Coach Susan here with Big on Results Coaching. I help people that are in transition or stuck to live a life of joy and prosperity. And I am here for your Manifestation Monday video on the topic of experience. Are you going through life in some type of stagnation? Are you just going through routines? Are you experiencing things that aren't worth experiencing? Do you ever think to yourself, I need an experience? I need to have an adventure. I would like to encourage you to look around your life and see, well, what are you experiencing? Are you experiencing boredom? Are you experiencing frustration? Are you experiencing sorrow or even grief? Or are you experiencing thrill, excitement, love? What are you experiencing? When we go to work every day, we think that we have to have this experience of what in relation to work. But what are you actually experiencing in your personal life? So when we have these experiences and we're doing something that's different and something that's exciting, then we could have this experience that will look back in time and go, whoa, that was a good experience. I'm glad I had that experience. We're not going to look back and go, you know what? I was really glad that I was on the phone for 6 hours today. No, that's not the type of experience that I would hope that you would want to have. But having the experience of in the environment, of that thrill, that excitement, having that experience of getting from point A to point B when you didn't think that you had it in you to do that. That type of experience. So when we have these experiences, we grow from them. They become richer in our lives. When we had the experience of, say, whitewater rafting, or perhaps picking grapes at a winery ourselves. Having these type of experiences makes for a fun life. But we should also have the experiences that invites our own personal selves into the environment of another individual. So maybe that's going to a third world country and helping out. Maybe that's doing something that will benefit another person. Making a quilt, making clothes, showing how to dig a well, showing how to do clearing of a particular area, how to use particular tools. Maybe that's a good experience. Maybe our experiences that we should desire to have within us have dual purpose. But if we're stuck in our office and stuck in our seats, we're kind of robbing ourselves of that experience. Maybe an experience is leading a troop of kids someplace. Maybe the experience is taking care of something for somebody else for their benefit and their gain. Maybe it's an elderly person. Maybe it's donating your time and volunteering for not for profit for the betterment of another individual or an organization. Setting aside and laying down all of the political elements that are frequently attached to certain experiences. Sometimes we think, wow, you know what? I'm going to work. I'm doing this. Boy, that was an experience. Or I'm going to have this experience. And then you go home and you're like, I'm too exhausted and depleted to go anywhere, to do anything. And then you have people calling you, hey, let's go do this. This will be a great experience. Hey, let's go do that. Or your children are pulling on you or tugging on you and they're wanting to go do something really exciting. So why are you delaying having these experiences? Maybe your experience is going camping, not glamping. Maybe your experience is something fairly simple. Maybe your experience is maybe going fishing. But to have those experiences is to have those things that you normally wouldn't have. But I guarantee you that at the end of your life, should you be laying in a bed someplace, those experiences that you've had, you will draw off of that. You will draw like, whoa, that was a good experience. I'm glad I did this. Glad I had children. I'm glad I did this with my children. I'm glad that I did this for myself. That's an experience. Maybe doing something solo is the experience that you need. But when we tie our own hands and prevent ourselves from having experience, then we're denying ourselves the beauty of this life. So we need to take that time for ourselves, or take that time for ourselves so that we could be better for another individual. Or maybe we're going to be part of a group that's going to collaborate with experiences one after another. Maybe that's what we're doing. I just want to encourage you today to look within yourself and determine, what are those experiences that you would like to have? Some refer to an experience as their bucket list. So if you have a bucket list and there's things that you want to experience, maybe now's the time. Why are you waiting to have this later when things settle down? Why not allocate that time now to have those experiences, to do those things that you want to do? Maybe it's as simple as the experience of being able to have a garden in your yard that bears fruit. So they have that element of doing something that you've learned from. It could be an obstacle. It could be whatever you want it to be. But to recognize that there is something to be learned from each and every one of these experiences. So when we have these experiences, we're experiencing a different element. Maybe we're experiencing a different reality. Maybe we're experiencing a different lifestyle, a different way of living, a different way of communicating, a different way of having a thrill, a different way of releasing these endorphins, a different way of having adrenaline. Maybe that's what it is. But all experiences teach us something. Generally, the experiences will teach us, hey, you couldn't do this yesterday, but guess what? You did it today. Good job. Maybe that's the experience that you're going to have, is to step out of that comfort zone or the box in which you have allowed yourself to stand. And stepping out of that and having that element of freedom to experiencing something different, something new, something you hadn't anticipated. It could even be with a different style of food. But to have that and have that takeaway that will show yourself, wow, I did that. Wow, look at, who would have thought I would have liked that? Wow, I never thought I would ever experience something like that. That was neat. Whether you elect to do something again and again and again and again and keep reliving that experience is up to you. But to stop yourself, to prevent yourself, and to hold your own self back from having these experiences just robs you. So when you have those creative juices flowing in your mind and you're thinking of all of this different stuff or strategy for a particular thing in this experience, that's when you feel alive. It's having those experiences. So when you stay locked in your house and you have the TV on, you're living that experience of that producer that created that show. Is that an experience? Well, we're talking about experiences to where you are the one that's utilizing yourself, your mind, your thoughts, your strategy, and having that fulfillment of a certain thing. It's to live your life and have a life. To be the best that you could be and have fun doing it. I'm Coach Susan with Big On Results Coaching. And if you want to explore maybe that bucket list that you've neglected, please reach out to me. I can give you some ideas and some tips for having amazing experiences that you will find thrilling for you. Not all experiences cost a lot of money. I'm not talking about going to Cairo, Egypt. I'm talking about looking in within yourself to have those experiences on a daily basis to be more vibrant, a more vibrant you. I encourage you to do that today. Until next Monday.